One. Hi, Roxy. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Sabrina. Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So, my first question for you is when did your family immigrate here from Mexico to the US?
Yeah, of course. So, hi, my name is Roxy Gonzalez, and I am a third generation um, American citizen. My great grandfather migrated from Mexico to the States since back in 1925.
Awesome. And what are some staple foods from your culture that you guys often eat?
So, some of the staple foods that are very strongly part of my culture and we eat every single holiday during Christmas would have to be a dish called pozole, which is something so yummy. It has hominy and great flavor to the beef, and it's just so delicious, and we enjoy having it every single Christmas. We look forward to it, honestly.
Are there any common beverages that you guys drink?
Um, Common beverages. Oh, yeah. So we usually have, along with pozole, either um a nice cold Coca-Cola
Mm.
with that dish or a drink called agua fresca, which is made with, um, an original it could either be, agua fresca de melon, which is, a water of cantaloupe with just sugar, nice and fresh. Yeah.
That sounds yummy. And is it common for people of your culture to like drink alcohol? Because I know like tequila is from Mexico, so is that like a common thing you see?
Yeah, so it really is. It's funny that you brought that up because my grandparents in Mexico actually have some land out there and they grow agave. They have lands, acres and acres of agave, and we import tequila into the States.
Wow,
So, yeah,
pretty
tequila
crazy.
is a very common beverage to be drinking in
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah. What are some foods that are important specifically to your family?
Some foods that are important to my family would have to be that's a great question. I guess it would have to be tamales. Tamales are very, very highly important to my family. I mean, it's also part of, our holiday, dish. Every Christmas, we, expect to have tamales and pozole. But yeah, tamales
Ooh,
are a
yummy.
great one for us.
Yeah. What like settings do you guys usually eat food? Like, do you always eat food together as a family, or is it just special occasions? Like, what kind of thing?
With my immediate family, yes, we always eat dinner together. Um, but yeah, for specific holidays and such, we all eat as a family and say a prayer before.
So, is religion and like a big part of your family? Like, does that play into like your food that you eat? Like, how does
Yeah, so religion is a very, very big part of my family. I mean, I was born and raised in the Catholic Church, and so with that being said, it's always been common for us to pray before um, eating our meals every single day, especially for holidays. We all pray over the hands and especially the hands that prepared the food, and so that's always been kind of the tradition every single year for our holiday meals.
And does your religion dictate what kind of foods you can eat? Or are there certain times where you can only eat certain things?
There is, so during, for Lent, so for Ash Wednesday, which
Mhm.
usually typically happens around February 14th, um, we receive an ash on our forehead. And from that day on until up to Easter Sunday, we cannot eat meat on Fridays, and it's just part of, the Lent tradition,
Mhm.
um, and so you could only eat fish during every single Friday from starting February 14th until Easter Sunday, and it's just Fridays that you cannot receive or consume any type of meat. But other
Yeah.
than that, there's no other restrictions to what we can or cannot eat.
Do you have certain foods that you associate with certain times of the day, like breakfast, lunch, or dinner
Um, no, I do not. I just kind of like eat
when you're hungry?
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, whenever I'm hungry. I mean, I guess the common ones for breakfast is just like a light breakfast, and then for lunch, just a bigger meal, I guess.
Yeah.
And then for dinner, like obviously not as of a bigger meal as lunch was, but still have something in my stomach before bed.
Okay. And then, are there any foods in your culture that you consider to have healing properties? Like if you're sick or something, is there something that you guys take or eat?
As healing properties,
Mm-hmm.
um, no, I guess just like whenever you're sick, it's like common in my culture to like eat soups and
Yeah.
just um, a big thing in my culture that we do is that we like rub vapor rub all like pretty much if you
Oh.
can like all over your body, then go for it. You do you.
Yeah.
But yeah, vapor rub is a really big one, and I mean, it really does help. But yeah, other than that, it's just like soups and
Yeah.
um, medication. Yeah.
And who typically prepares the food in your culture and in your family?
Um, in my culture, it's always been known that, like that girls do the cooking and men do the working, you know? And
Yeah.
it's I kinda still see it, like, to this day. Um, I mean, I was kind of born and raised into it, so, typically, the woman at around the age of 15, you're kind of already stuck in the kitchen, helping either your grandma or your mom prepare the foods for, like, either the meal for the family that day or for the holidays, so, yeah,
So growing
typically
up,
just
did
the
you
women.
do, sorry,
What was that?
um, did growing up, like, did you do a lot of cooking with your mom and your grandma?
I did, yes, like I mentioned before, as soon as I turned 15, that's kind of like
Mm,
the age where they bring you into the kitchen and show
mm,
you how to, like, prepare these meals, and
mm,
it's usually a lot of work, but, I mean,
mm.
at the end of the day, it's like you get a great meal out of it, so and a
Yeah.
lot of cherishable moments
Aw.
with your loved ones, so,
Do you
yeah.
guys have any family recipes that you always make together?
We do.
Mm.
We usually make these really, really good, like, it's called fresas con crema, which is, like,
Ooh.
strawberries and cream, but,
Mhm.
like, Mexican, uh, some, like, Mexican, recipe, and it's so, so
Yeah.
good, and we enjoy to make it every single year. We also make my grandma's famous banana bread, which
Ooh.
is yummy, so, yeah,
Mhm.
that's kind of something we look forward to every time we visit grandma.
Mhm. And, um, what's your favorite dish from Mexico to eat?
Ooh, that's a great question. Um, I guess my favorite dish from Mexico would have to be tacos.
What
Mhm,
type? What do you
tacos.
usually put in it?
So my tacos typically, I usually get 3 tacos of asada, which is ground beef.
Mhm.
I usually put everything on it from onion to lettuce, tomato. I choose the green salsa over the red salsa any
Oh,
day.
yeah.
And a nice agua fresca on the side.
Yeah, sounds yummy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming today, Roxy. I've enjoyed hearing about your culture.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Sabrina.
All right. See ya.
See ya.